This hour of the Morning Rush is driven by Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and online at rathmitsubishi.com. You're rolling with Rath on the Morning Rush.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
We are looking at every single opportunity, Bo. In fact, that we took a proposal from a group called Eternal Fan about building monuments outside of a couple of our venues for the football, men's basketball, and baseball stadium, where people that are deceased can buy. Their family can buy a place where they can put their favorite jersey or their favorite hat so that they can always be remembered adjacent to their favorite venue. And that's 7 figures of potential revenue. And people may laugh and say, oh, we're going to put ashes at the stadium or other things. But that's like how serious we are about finding different ways to generate revenue as an athletic program. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do that, okay? But I'm just saying those are the types of things we're engaging in conversations from things like that, because when somebody comes to you with an opportunity to generate 7+ figures in revenue for your athletic department, you have to listen to them.
Live from the Bud Light Studios, produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
All right, so you got a choice. You can bury your ashes at Razorback Stadium, soon to be Community America Stadium, Bud Walton Arena, or Baum Walker. Where are you putting them? You'll probably die before we will. Where do you want your ashes?
I don't know.
I would like mine at Bud Walton, assuming it's Bud Walton later on, if the basketball team continues to play there. I would like you to do that if I pass before you.
Scatter your ashes there. Mm-hmm. All right.
On the floor.
I've never really given any thought to this. I guess it would have to be Bud Walton Arena as well.
Colton?
But
Gentry High
D,
School?
none of the above. Norfolk River for me.
Not to steal a joke, but could I have them be my pallbearers instead of the Razorback football team? So they let me down one last time. Yeah. No, I'm not.
I knew that joke was coming somewhere in the mix.
Not really.
Oh man,
we'll let you down one last time.
Football stadium would be cool though. We're gonna joke about this, but this is nice. It's sweet, and it is a way to make money. Yeah. That's all I'll say.
Well, you scatter mine around the studio here.
Yeah,
we never vacuum in here, so they'll be here a while.
Blend in with the carpet.
Blend right in with the carpet. Yeah.
It looks a little musty.
Yeah. What's that stain? Oh, that's Tommy. Where'd that stain come from?
From 10 years ago. I'm guessing. So the studios used to be.
Tommy left that there.
The studios used to be next door. How long have y'all done the show out here?
Oh.
15 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least.
I'm guessing the carpet.
I can tell you. Hang on. Let me think about this. Not quite 15. 2012.
Okay.
14.
2012. So 14 years. Got it. So I was just
both of these are studios. They were playing music in here before we started doing the Lord's work in doing sports radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Robert at Barley says he would do it at the track and field. So he knows how it feels to win a national championship.
I'd just slow them down if they put me out there.
I did think I think most of you heard it in our open. Did you hear it actually?
No, I was settling in here.
Hunter is
I was poring over the show notes one last time.
Yeah, Hunter's talking with Bo about the prospect of statues. He was joking about the ashes, and again, that was a joke. But like the idea that was presented to them, I forget what was the company called, Colton. I'm forgetting. He said it, and I'm blanking on it now.
Something Monuments.
Yeah,
he says it in the clip.
And so. Like the idea of some have advocated for Darren McFadden to have a statue. I know he's
Eternal Fan, Ty. That's what it's called.
Okay, they have obviously the jersey retirement thing and everything else, and the significance of wearing number 5 with the jersey patch. But for people that want more statues, whether outside of Bud Walton Arena, outside of Razorback Stadium, that is at least something that they're discussing with this outside entity.
You know why statues are special?
We don't dilute them. I know where you're going to go.
Now, well, thanks for cutting it off. Here, I'll take the headsets off, and as Clay would tell the story, you do the rest of the show. But it's one of the things when you go to the new Busch Stadium, you walk around, you look at those statues. There was something very similar, but maybe not as many around. When we went to the All-Star game to see around the Braves Stadium. But you start putting them up for people that don't really meet the standard. mean, Frank Broyles obviously meets the standard. Darren McFadden meets the standard. And then we got to really start having some discussions about who has earned the right to be an immortal, because that's what you're immortalizing somebody.
Whoever's family.
Nolan Richardson, obviously, we've done that. I mean, it shouldn't be just because you donate money necessarily.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if not, I think you're cheapening the accomplishments of those that have earned that respect.
Let's go over levels, right? Name on the court, like statue. I know there's debate about that. To me, I think that there should be more jersey, not retirements, not retiring the number. There should be more of and I know that they've been in talks about this. I've heard Hunter talk about this. There should be more numbers hanging from the rafters in Bud Walton Arena. There's no argument
in football too.
There's no and that too. There's no argument to me that makes logical sense of why you shouldn't do it.
Not retire the number,
correct,
but hang Corliss's jersey up there. Moncrief's, they've got a few, but they need more. You're right.
The statue thing is a step. Like, you've got to be, as you said, just revered. Like, you were the elite of the elite. I mean, there's a reason Coach Broyles is out there. There's a reason, in my opinion, Coach Richardson should not name on the court, name on the street, put a statue, which is going up. Like, that makes logical sense to me. But like you've alluded several times in the show, you don't want to dilute it. You don't want to make less of, and it's hard because for certain people, Tommy, certain players from their pastime are more significant than someone else. But like, I'm 31, and I can't truly encapsulate what Corliss Williamson, what Sidney Moncrief in basketball, what some of the great 60 and 70 and 80 players meant to our football program. I can read about it. I can watch highlights and former games. But I don't know truly what it actually meant to Razorback Nation to watch those guys in person, on television, listen to them on the radio when it comes to their importance here in Fayetteville.
I'd say there's fewer than 5 for football. Fewer than 5 that we should have a serious conversation about a statue. Broyles already has one, obviously well-deserved, the godfather of Arkansas football. Darren McFadden deserves a Heisman Trophy and a statue. And then beyond that, I think those are 2 that we unanimously say yes. Beyond that, then we got to start, Allworth, and it's this. I'm too young.
Burlsworth is unanimous. He has a trophy named after
Well, that
him.
was my next one was Burlsworth because of the inspirational story, but I still think it's a discussion.
And then you get into what about Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson and Ken Hatfield there, and I don't want to play.
And I would say no, and no.
I don't want to play the who deserves the statue game, but
my point is it needs to meet a high bar, a extremely high bar,
and I just think that is another pathway to revenue that they are looking into, possibly.
No, there should not be any revenue attached to some honor of that nature. Now, if you want to collect donations to build the thing, that's one thing. Or put some plaques for people who help support that financially, but that's not the reason you immortalize someone like that.
Okay.
It has to be based on
merit,
legacy, merit. That's a word a lot of young people don't like, is merit. Meritocracies are not things that a lot of people like to get involved in.
What do you consider young now?
Yeah, under
young?
40.
Still there.
Not in the 20s?
No.
Why is under 40 young?
Because I don't even think you really become an adult until you're about 25 or 6. And then some people linger on into their 30s before they really become an adult.
I'm lingering.
Well, you're also in your 20s.
Well, you're getting a force-fed drinking from the water hose crash course
on
being an adult. Yeah. Called a young child. So you're getting there fast.
Soon to be 1 year old here in about a month.
I just look back at the stupid things I did at 23, 4, 5, 6 years old.
I think I missed this beef yesterday. One of the beefs I have is with our education system and how they don't teach whether in high. And I'm not saying you should learn these things in
I thought you were going to say English.
No, I don't care about the composition, whatever.
No kidding.
The beef I have in our education system, which is a racket, whether it's in-state, the United States, whatever, college, is just like the ins and outs of taxes, financial planning,
Yeah.
and it
Common
shouldn't-
sense, everyday living.
It shouldn't
Yeah.
be
With you.
it should be a high school curriculum required course, and the same it should be required in college as well. Like, they teach you all this stuff that frankly is irrelevant in 2026 that you have to memorize. And again, I'm going on a tangent a day after what should be
Preach on, brother.
But
I'm with
it
you.
is.
Amen.
I'm
Go
learning.
ahead. Amen.
I'm learning new things. Like, I'm learning. I wrote it down. What's that? This HELOC thing that you can take out a loan on your just like
a what? HELOC.
HELOC.
Home equity line of credit.
Like, there's just various
home
things
equity line of credit
that I was never taught.
Okay,
And
now
I'm
why
having-
would you want? And let me teach you something. Why would you want to take out a home equity line of credit?
I'm
The
not,
number one reason.
I'm not going to draw from it, but for a major house disaster, major something like that, collateral.
It's not a wrong answer, but if you're going to borrow money to like buy a car,
yeah, that would be the other
or
one.
to buy any larger asset purchase,
a large asset.
use the equity in your home because the interest on that loan is what? Tax deductible.
Mm-hmm.
Your interest on any other loan, I mean, it's just a matter of how you're collateralizing it. So,
Yes.
welcome to Finance 101
HELOC.
here on the Morning Rush. Use a HELOC because you can deduct the interest as a tax deductible expense.
There we go.
Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Little accounting at 9/11.
Yeah,
in the morning
but you're
rush.
right. College doesn't teach us any of that stuff.
I didn't.
You should be able to go to college and get your real estate license if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of professional certification. There ought to be a 3-hour course on that. And you leave that course with your certification for whatever it is. But that probably doesn't make him any money.
Gavin says he agrees. Yes, you're right on that. The fact that civics and finance isn't a required. Well, civics is every year for freshman year of high school to the end of college is stupid. We had to take some accounting and some classes, but I wish, again, that's like you're saying, Gavin, it should be an every year type of course. I apologize for making you learn it on a Thursday morning in the middle of July, but I did have to I had to do some summer school courses because my dad advised me. Now, again,
In high school?
this was not, this was advised so I would continuously learn throughout the summer. It's very small, 30 minutes, whatever. Still complained about it, but glad I did it because I never really had issue with math until I got to finite at the U of A, which, by the way, is the worst teacher. Like the teachers that get paid for just being like, all right, this is the work, see ya, and they just sit and read or on their phone for an hour, like they should be fired. Like the fact that some of these guys and gals get tenure at the U of A or any other college for that matter is just, it's an atrocity.
All right, glad you're here. We're complaining on a Thursday. We're teaching you about HELOCs and a lot more. What else you want to talk about? Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, 877-377-6963. It's July the 9th. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about out there. You know, we can go full Ruskin and Zach. We don't have to talk about sports. Not for 1 minute do we have to talk about it. Hey, if you're coming up to Northwest Arkansas, come join us in God's country up here, Benton and Washington County. The place to stay is at the Inn at the Mill. They're just off the Johnson exit 69. It's convenient to everything in Northwest Arkansas, whether you're going to Crystal Bridges or you're going to campus. It's right off the interstate. You're there in 10 minutes, whichever direction you're headed. Minutes from the Naturals ballpark as well. Great food, restaurants, all that stuff right around the Inn at the Mill. 479-443-1800. 443-1800 or online at inatthemill.com.
All right, give you a setup for the day's show. 9-game SEC schedule for the first time this season. How does that impact the college football playoff? Wish we could say that about Arkansas. Hope we can say it about Arkansas. Probably won't say it about Arkansas. A man fought off an alligator with a fishing pole. I wonder Bruce Stan's thoughts on that. We'll talk to him about it on Tuesday. U.S.-Belgium, 36.8 million people it peaked at. From 9:15 to 9:30 Eastern. Yes, I would guess so.
Well, see, that'd be 8. So is it an hour and 15 into the match?
Well, I think they probably thought that we had a chance to come back. It's 2-1, then we give up that dumb goal, and then it's just over. So, highest-rated soccer game ever in U.S. history. We'll talk a little bit about that. Michigan State, Arkansas is officially announced. We'll talk in depth about that. And then Mr. Murphy's going to join us as well.
I want to get back to HELOCs.
Okay.
How much of a credit limit should I get on my HELOC?
I'd said like up to 85% of what I owe
of your equity.
Of the equity in the house. So now I kind of know that.
Yeah.
Heath and Cabot has
I got one.
thoughts on on some show topics this morning. Heath,
Yeah.
go ahead. You're on the morning rush here on the
Heath,
Loose
take it
Automotive
away.
Group hotline.
Take it away, Heath.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Listen, they actually do teach business classes at the high school level. It just really depends on the district, and it's not because I'm in education, I teach, so it's just very basic, like accounting, very basic how to open a business, small stuff about LLCs, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, they do teach stuff like that. So I mean,
But-
it just came around in like the last 5 to 6 years, and like I said, it depends on the district, but it all goes through the state, man. I mean, there's state standards worth of teaching, and some districts just aren't able to. They don't have the capital to hire somebody to teach
But you know
those
what
type of classes.
Heath, all that's great. You know what they should be teaching instead of accounting is how to run QuickBooks, because you become an instant asset to a company if you leave school and you know how to run QuickBooks, and you'll learn accounting by learning QuickBooks. That's how. I mean, those are the things I'm talking about. Make you instantly hireable because you have a skill. Knowing accounting's one thing. Knowing how to do QuickBooks is a whole other thing.
You're preaching to the choir. Let me tell you, we got kids that everything is done on Chromebooks, but we got schools that don't teach Chromebook classes. So we have kids that don't know how to use the Chromebook, and that's what they're learning on. It's insane. But I mean, look, I get the gripe, but in some districts they do teach some classes like that. But as far as like playoff Arkansas, those two don't go together, guys. Period. Period. Dot. So,
hopefully
you guys love the show.
Heath, good to hear from you. It's been too long. Heath used to be a regular on the morning rush, so glad to hear from Heath. But yeah, I mean,
now he's at school. When we're
we
on
have
air.
two primary pieces of software we use daily around the radio station. One's called NextGen, the other's called Adobe Audition. When we interview somebody, that's the first thing we want to know. Do you know anything about these two pieces of software? And these broadcast classes, they come out of these things and they don't know anything about either one of them.
And you know what? I learned them interning with Bo, and then I
working
learned
here.
them at 99.5 before I got here.
And
so,
you still didn't know anything when you got here.
Well, that's all right. Let's not over exaggerate.
Well, you didn't know much.
When it comes to that, and I always said, if we go anywhere away from Adobe Edition 1.5, that will be my last day here.
And they got like 4.0 now or
I
something.
don't
Dark
care.
ages with Adobe Audition.
No, we're not doing
Yes,
the upgrade one. It sucks. It's awful, and
it's
all the
not.
new versions since it. That's
They're a
like when
Luddite.
people were like, "All right, let's get away from something that's been really successful number of years and try something completely new, just to spice it up. This has been working forever, but let's
But
just
you're not
spice
getting
it
all-
up with something new that's going to suck."
No, it's
That
got all
would
the
be
new
the
bells and
equivalent.
whistles.
You know how
all
many places I have to go to isolate vocals and isolate? I can do all that in one simple thing.
Yeah.
Because you refuse to modernize, you're limiting me. You're limiting yourself.
Yeah.
Limiting Tommy.
There's
You can-
all kinds of bells and whistles
you
we don't
can-
have
you
because
can
of your
down-
stubbornness.
I
If
want
you
bells.
can download the new one or pay for it or whatever, I'm just telling you, I'm not going to use it.
Well, it does come with the. We do need to upgrade the next gen system as well, so it integrates. We're going to do that too.
Okay.
Probably not,
Yeah, that's going to be
because I have learned
a
that
colossal
requires an
pain.
entire new system.
That doesn't sound fun. I like what we have's working. It looks good.
I'm kind of in the middle on this. I think we upgrade Adobe and leave NextGen alone. So
You can upgrade. You can upgrade
All right,
Adobe.
Techno Talk here
We're just
on the
going-
Dave Ramsey Show.
We're just going to
So-
keep the old one.
Yeah.
John
No,
says.
we're gonna get rid of the old.
No,
so.
John says maybe the new version doesn't make you sound like chipmunks when you speed up a clip. No, it very much does.
There's that filter. There's all these new filters.
Mhm.
So, we were very much using late '90s technology in that realm. So,
I have a buddy that worked for actually still works for Dave Ramsey. He's got a shop right outside of Nashville, and I just consuming his content from like high school on. I love how he always talks about like I went to a state school and I got guys and gals from private schools that are working for me. It doesn't matter where you go, you just got to. It's a very simple concept. Don't spend money, save it. Now he gets into other details and stuff, but he's like got a very simple basis on how he's made millions and millions.
Don't
and
enjoy
millions of
life ever.
Yeah.
That's kind of the basis.
There are some things he said that are just ludicrous, and he can say now because he's at his age and at his point of life. But a lot of the stuff is very accurate and very helpful.
Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Now, I don't care if you're working on a small residential project, you're trying to finish out a driveway or sidewalks or a patio, or we're talking a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered. No job's too big or too small, and they have the expert advice you need with construction consultant services to ensure that you're always on the right track. 479-587-3300 is the number. 587-3300 to get started. APAC and Standard Materials Group.
All right, we'll push the opening drive back to the SEC update. Going to talk about that 9-game SEC schedule. Hogs and Sparty official. Excited about that. In Detroit, just like the Lions and Bears that day. So maybe you could go watch Caleb Williams and Jared Goff, and then
nothing like Thanksgiving in Detroit.
Hitchhike
I
over.
Cannot wait.
Hitchhike over to Little Caesars Arena to watch.
Sounds like a great plan in Detroit.
Hey, maybe I don't know if Detroit has is the NBA started up at that point yet? Yeah. Right?
The NBA?
I don't know if Isaiah will be in town for
triple dip
to that game or not, but they'll probably be on the road, unfortunately, because the game's at.
Well, you don't know that.
I'm saying they will probably be on the road because they're playing the college basketball game there.
Oh, in the same arena?
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably be on the road, Ty.
I feel like that makes logical sense.
But I'm saying maybe the night before or the night after, not the same day.
He gets to kick it with
you can't
guys.
Triple dip in the same day, but you could the same weekend, I guess is where I was headed.
There you go. Set it up like that. Maybe when the NBA schedule comes out,
you know what?
That out.
If you go to Detroit, you know what you should take with you? That's right. The Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. You can keep up, listen to all the shows, all the content, the podcast, all right here. The Hit That Line Now app, presented by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. I know Christian was listening in on the app in Mexico, so it works anywhere you go. It's the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
Hunter also had some thoughts on the positives for Razorback football and his thoughts there. We'll get into that. The Morning Rush continues on next. Your Hog Update is on the way.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
If somebody showed you a way to circumvent the flow sign up and you could get in for free, would you do that?
He just has to look up circumvent in the dictionary.
I thought they did that when you were born.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hey, Fort Smith. Have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue? Step inside and check out the Pradco store within a store, where you can create something truly one of a kind. Pick from iconic lure shapes like the Booyah One Knocker or the Bandit 100, to name only a few. And have it custom autographed just the way you want it. It's fun, it's personal, and it's only at the brand new Bass Pro outpost. Swing by today and make your own custom lure.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
People may laugh and say, oh, we're going to put ashes at the stadium. That's like how serious we are about finding different ways to generate revenue as an athletic program.
This is the Morning Rush.
Introducing Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa with bright citrus, real red jalapenos, guajillo chiles. Usually, you add sauce to the food, but when the sauce is this good, the food is just there to get the sauce to your mouth. That rolled quesadilla, not a rolled quesadilla anymore. Now it's a sauce shovel. Taco Bell's jalapeno citrus salsa. Get it with any item on the Cantina chicken menu while it's here. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Attention golfers and local businesses. Join us for the 54th Annual Ben Guerin Floorball Tournament on July 17th through the 19th. The action kicks off Friday, July 17th with a practice round. Then teams compete in the Floorball Championship July 18th and 19th. Entry is just $200 per player or $180 for MGA members. We're also seeking tournament sponsors. Promote your business with a hole sponsorship for $100, the driving range for $250, or a putting green sponsorship for $350. For player registration or sponsorship opportunities, call 479-646-5301 today. Come be a part of one of the area's premier golf traditions at Ben Guerin.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Is your business getting found online or getting lost in the crowd? Hi, I'm Christy Bedeau with ESPN Arkansas, and I'm here to help you get your products and services found in today's digital world. Not only do we offer connections to the loyal Razorback fan base, but we can help you build, maintain, and grow your online presence. From world-class websites to streaming video commercials, we create the campaign that allows you to be found online and on air. I can help you create a marketing strategy built around your goals that works. Call me, Christy Bedeau, at 208-3012 for a free needs analysis, and let's create a marketing plan that gets you found.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Darren McFadden goes 73 yards. And Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs cleans.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
It is every single aspect of our department is bought into our football program needing to be successful, and we need that from across our state for people to be positive and create a positive narrative about the direction of our football program. Because if the narrative is always negative about our football program, you know who reads the social media more than anybody? 16 to 18-year-olds, right? And the 16 and 18-year-olds want to come to a place that is just saturated with negativity. Absolutely not. They're going to go somewhere else. So we've got to have this all-in mentality from within our department and outside of our department, and that's got to permeate throughout our fan base. And if you're truly a Razorback fan and you truly want this program to be successful, you have to bring that positive energy in every aspect of your support for our program.
You agree with?
I started out agreeing, and then he I mean, I get so sick of this excuse that if people tell you how they really feel, that they're killing the program, that it's killing recruiting. I don't buy into that one bit that 16 to 18-year-olds are gauging where they're going to go based on what fans are saying on social media or on radio shows. We've been blamed as an industry for decades. You're killing recruiting by saying something that's accurate. Oh, I mean, negative. you know, give me a better product, give me better results, and we'll give you a real answer.
I get that.
I get where he's coming from, but I just think he's inaccurate on this point.
I get the stance as the athletics director. You're trying to, as in, bring the all-in mentality that Ryan Silverfield has brought to campus and hopefully continue to spread that across
Let's
the
give
state.
the guy a chance.
Yeah,
I'm with him.
I get all that. But at the same time, it's a lot easier to have that be infectious when the team is winning.
Well,
like
that's why we have a new coach.
Yeah, and so hopefully, like I stumbled upon the 2003 Arkansas-Texas game where Matt and them went into Austin and beat them, I think 27-17 or whatever it was, and Nuts carrying off the helmet off the field, and they're doing the hog call after the game and everything else. Like, you've got to somehow, some way within. There's a lot of great home games this year, Ryan. There's a lot of good ones. Like, you've got to somehow, some way get this fan base on your side. If you can do it early, great. If it's middle of the year, great. If it's end of the year, great. But there's too many consequential games on this schedule not to take advantage of it this fall. And you could say that about the SEC every year, but, man, this year with 5 SEC home games, it's ripe for the picking, man.
I've got one big goal in mind for this year.
Okay. Let's hear it.
And that's to have affirmation you've hired the right coach. That's all I really want to leave with from this season. That may or may not result in what that's not necessarily tied to did they win 5 games or 6 or did they win 4 games or 5. It's what the product looks like and how competitive you are. That's the number one goal for Hunter Yurachek, Ryan Silverfield, and this. And as he said, it's permeating through the entire athletic department. You got to leave this season knowing, you know what? We didn't win enough games, but we've hired the right guy. That should be the minimum of what you're stating.
Yeah.
Is you've got the right guy in charge of the program. That's goal number 1 this year, is to know and to feel and affirm Ryan Silverfield is the right guy for the job.
Well, I think, isn't it fair to say that they were competitive under Brett Bielema, competitive under Sam Pittman, but they didn't win?
Bring in the Notre Dame game tape from the other room.
And when they ceased to be competitive, that's when he was let go. That was my whole thing with
But
Pittman.
you know what? We knew early on. We knew early on with Chad Morris, you have not hired the right guy.
But you thought you knew early on with Pittman, didn't work out. You thought you knew early on with Brett Bielema.
I'll give Pittman's early year a pass because you were coming through the most abnormal, unique time in the history of history.
10 SEC games.
Well, I mean, but COVID and just weren't having practice. Everything was shut down. I'm not going to hold anyone accountable for that. But Chad Morris was an epic disaster from the get-go.
Yeah,
that's what you got. We've got the right guy. This guy has the ability. He has the chops to come in here and get us to. Because I don't think any of us are saying, man, if this guy can't win 9 or 10 every year, we need to fire him. We just love to be an 8-win, 7-win, 8-win average program. Yeah. Occasionally 9. We'll live with 6. We need to live in the 7 to 8-win range. That's all we're asking for.
Okay.
I think that's where the center is, at least the fans that aren't wacko either way.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or wrong?
No, I don't disagree.
I mean, are you going to be mad if your football team averages 7.5 wins over a 10-year period while your basketball team's going to Sweet 16s?
Not now. I think 20 years ago, I would have been a little disappointed in that.
Well, we were playing
now,
11 then.
Yeah, now, yes.
Yeah, so
I would be happy with that.
Can this guy do that? That's what I want to know when, was it November 29th, 28th, whatever it is, play LSU, November 28th. I want to know, I want to leave it. Yeah, we got the right guy, and he can go full bore moving forward. All right, that's the Hog Update this morning. It is brought to you by the Pradco store inside Bass Pro Shops in Fort Smith. At the Pradco store, you can customize the lures right there on hand. They've got folks there to help you. You can put a company message, personal message, happy birthday, happy anniversary, your name, maybe put your name and phone number so when someone finds it caught up in a tree, when the water comes down, they can send it back to you. You can put whatever you want and design the colors for it as well. They make great corporate gifts in addition to all those other ideas. Check it out. It's the Pradco store inside Bass Pro Shops in Fort Smith.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back. Plus, we got to tell you about this alligator attack and the man in Florida next.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization.
This is the Morning Rush.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local,
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
And do 16 and 18-year-olds want to come to a place that is just saturated with negativity? Absolutely not. They're going to go somewhere else.
This is the Morning Rush.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now's as good a time as any to find out. It's time for our very first Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources. Just visit us at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith and enter to win $10,000. While you're here, check out any one of our great road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. It's the Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, WrathAutoFortSmith.com. No purchase necessary. See dealer for complete rules.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price, where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
The spring allergy and hay fever seasons are here, and Law's Drugstore has what you need to safely take care of you and your family. Law's Drugstore can fill and refill your prescriptions, and they have all of the over-the-counter allergy remedies to provide comfort. Call 452-6116 and ask about vaccine shot appointment for shingles, pneumonia, COVID, and whooping cough. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind the Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Attention golfers and local businesses. Join us for the 54th annual Ben Guerin Floorball Tournament on July 17th through the 19th. The action kicks off Friday, July 17th with a practice round. Then teams compete in the Floorball Championship July 18th and 19th. Entry is just $200 per player or $180 for MGA members. We're also seeking tournament sponsors. Promote your business with a hole sponsorship for $100, the driving range for $250, or a putting green sponsorship for $350. For player registration or sponsorship opportunities, call 479-646-5301 today. Come be a part of one of the area's premier golf traditions at Ben Guerin.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, in the last segment, we played a clip from a Hogs Plus sit-down with Bo Mattingly with Arkansas Athletic Director Hunter Yurachek, and was talking towards the end of the clip, maybe we'll play part of it again here in a second, that 16 to 18-year-olds are paying attention to what's on social media and that we've got to create an environment of positivity around the football program because he is essentially saying it was killing recruiting. Morning Rush Daily Question. Is there any truth in that? We've been told that for years. Message boards, talk radio, social media kills recruiting when you're negative. Is that indeed true? Is there any actual evidence? That's question one. And is it the job of the fans to be artificially positive?
No, I think it from the guys I've talked to on campus and school, I think it affects more the kids on campus. That it does, because they're on. They see it. Football, basketball, baseball. That's a part of it. Not necessarily those kids are worried about so much more than that. I think when it comes to making their decision where they're going to wind up in school. And I'll add to that. Like after a loss, how many positive fan bases do you see? Go to Tuscaloosa, go to Athens, go to Baton Rouge. They're just as ticked off too.
Yeah, we act like we have the corner on the market when it comes to negativity. Play that clip again.
And the 16 and 18-year-olds want to come to a place that is just saturated with negativity. Absolutely not. They're going to go.
You know, you think they've been overwhelmingly positive for decades at Auburn with all they've been through? You know, let's not act like Arkansas's and those places still get good athletes, good kids. Listen, he's the head of the snake, and he wants a positive. I agree with that. You don't want to surround yourself with negativity. But it's not the job of the fans to be artificially positive. The fans are the clients. They are the customers. And the customer's generally right. There's not a lot of complaints when you're winning. No one complains about winning too much. And around here, I don't think our standard for winning is, unreasonably high by the normal, reasonable fan. So I just think it comes off as weak and comes off as blaming others when you say things like that. So I just don't think it's the job of the fan to be artificially positive and to spout out things that they don't really feel. You should not feel like you're being scolded for speaking the truth that you feel.
I'll read a few of these texts here on the Loose Automotive Group.
Don't read the last one.
what's the last? Oh, well, your check is full of, yeah.
Yeah.
Andy in Mountain Home, Hunter approves sees a moron every time he opens his mouth. Ryan in Prairie Grove, it's not
That's
our
not
job
true.
to win football games. Jesse in Springdale, no, more money from opposing teams kills recruiting. B suggests that the 18-year-olds read the text machine here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
Which is it? Is it NIL or is it negativity on social media? Because, you know, all we do is ask the fans to give more money, and then let's be positive. I mean, let's quit blaming fans and asking fans.
Gavin asked, how can you be positive when you lost 80% of your games last year at 2-10? Is that more than 80%? I think that's more than 80%. 2 of 12?
Yeah, you won 2 out of 12.
Yeah, 2 out of 12. Fix the issue and we'll be happier as a fan base. Sorry if we've been upset and hurt your feelings. That comes from Mitchell in Fort Smith.
If you went to a restaurant that served really crappy food, eventually what would happen? Customers would quit going. They would complain. They would get on Yelp and they'd get on Google. And they would sound their opinions off about how bad the food was, right? At Ty Richardson's, All-American Wing Restaurant, they'd tell you why they thought it was bad. They'd have theories on your sauces. They'd have theories on the dry rub. They'd have theories on, you're buying the wrong chicken wings. And eventually they just quit showing up.
Chicken's dry.
But if you serve the greatest chicken wings ever, it's going to be we're not getting good chicken wings around here.
Now I'm hungry.
That's beautiful.
Jim in Fort Smith, if he doesn't like it now, imagine them going 2-10 this season and see what happens. Lee in Springdale, what would we give for the days when we complained about an 8-win Houston Nut football team?
We didn't learn anything from Ken Hatfield, did we?
No.
We just complained about Ken Hatfield running the ball while he won 10 games a year.
Sean said, I think maybe he's talking about guys like you, the media. We're doing it right now. Being negative.
So are we being negative, or are we speaking what we view as reality? I'm not talking about. I'm just viewing his quote here. Is his quote correct? Do 16 to 18-year-olds base where they're going in today's NIL world on what social media reflects?
We can't pretend that these kids aren't on social media.
but
don't see the stuff. But if they're taking the opinions of fans who just watch their team lose more heavily than how much money they're being offered or what their situation is, if you want to think about it positively, I wouldn't want that kid on my team in the first place.
Let me say this, buddy. Who is happier than when Arkansas wins a football game than the morning rush? Like, who is more jacked up and excited Monday morning at 9 a.m. than us in the fall when Arkansas wins a game of consequence? I would argue no one. I would.
But
you got to have it both ways, buddy. When we suck, we'll tell you we suck.
Yeah.
When we're good, we're going to shout it from the rooftop.
Because, like the Notre Dame game last year that led to the upheaval of Sam Pittman and the entrance of Bobby Petrino. If we came in and told you, hey, everything's fine, they really look good. Let me talk about the highlights of the game for the Razorbacks. You don't want to kill us. Not that we cling to much credibility now, but you'd never listen to a word we said. We'd be clowns. Not that we aren't now, but we'd be bigger. We had bigger noses and bigger, brighter hair. All right? You can't put lipstick on a pig.
You know what do we always argue in politics? Why don't we have more modern politicians? Not way left, not way right.
You mean
moderate? Moderate politicians.
Not modern.
Whatever.
Moderate.
We are as
Good
moderate
God
as it gets in sports radio in this state. We're not overly
some of the politicians are ancient.
overly the top positive, and we try and pull things out of thin air. We also don't pull negative things out in thin air. We are a moderate sports radio show on the Morning Rush. True.
Let me ask you this. If we just went full Rick Schaefer, round the clock, I had a meeting and I brought all the folks that share the airwaves with us into one room, and by God, you're gonna get on here and you're gonna pump rainbows and sunshine, or you're fired. If that was the message, don't speak your own truth, don't have your own opinions. Do you think it would result in any more wins? Would we win one more damn game if we were over the top positive?
I don't think so.
Okay, so even if we're over the top negative, you think it's affecting the win-loss total? Mm-hmm. One can't be true of the other. I mean, the idea that we've hold this power to affect the outcomes is ridiculous.
Sean says it doesn't make up for 9 months of talking bleep. You bait when there wins. Seems fair whether you amplify negativity.
We do with 100,000 watts now in Northwest Arkansas.
You know what? We amplify positivity, too.
Yeah. Sean's got a stick up his ass this morning. I don't understand. Like, if you've listened to this show for whether 20 years, July 24th, next Friday, or 2 Fridays from now, or just maybe you've hopped in lately, obviously we didn't have anything positive to talk about this last football season. Not a thing. But, like, when they won the Tennessee game, what did I have to spend, like, $250 in the NIL? Like, you know how hyped we were? I was like, and all I said, I remember specifically, all I said after that win is, please, for the love of all things, don't let this be the best thing that happens this year. What was it? The best thing that happened all season long in 2024.
And it was awesome.
Yes, and it was great.
It felt
But
great
you're
to
just
rush the field and beat Tennessee.
And just at the end of last month, Ty, whenever everybody was up in arms about how stupid the Community American name sounded, you said, "Who cares?" You were defending Hunter Yurich.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
I defended him when he went at Greg Sankey and ESPN. I just tell you what I think.
But coming back to the question here, and we'll wrap it up. Brought to you by Cart Path Social. You know, is it the job of the fans to be artificially positive?
No, it's their job.
You have the right to have the opinion, and I understand he would like to entomb himself with positivity, but you know what? That's dangerous, because what it sounds like when you do that, you're just getting a bunch of yes people around you. You need people that'll tell you the truth to keep you from running off the cliff. I mean, I would love for everything to be positive, because that would feel like 2010 and 2011 again, because everything was positive. We all agreed. Petrino's awesome till he wasn't. Tyler Wilson, Ryan Mallett, awesome while they were here. We all long for those days. It was a lot more fun to come in and do this job when we were talking about whether it was going to be, the Sugar Bowl or something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to sit here and have a legitimate conversation about how the College Football Playoff Committee is undervaluing the Razorbacks in their playoff standings at 6 or 7 or 8. Would love to have that conversation.
Like how giddy Jeff Long was when he had to remove himself from the room 1 week in the College Football Playoff.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not reality.
Lee says, let's continue on the students' participation medals so we can be boss.
Let's identify the problems and fix them so we can move on to some of these other things. All right, that's the Morning Rush Daily Question. Ty, it's brought to you by our friends at Cart Path Social, where they got the air conditioning cranked up right
68 degrees. You can play over 1,000 different golf courses at Cart Path Social. Doesn't matter if you're a hack or if you're scratch. It's always fun. BYOB, enjoy the indoors when it's 90. It's 90-something degrees outside today. Summer League started. It's BYOB. Bring your food. Bring your drinks. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. 479-487-3622. Or go to cartpathsocial.com. It's always, always BYOB at Cart Path Social. Man, Sean does not like us this morning. He does not. Let's see. Pretty gutsy to ask fans for more money year after year and then ask them to be enthusiastic about a poor product as well. That is from Mike in the 479. I don't disagree with that at all, Mike. Let's see. Hunter is 36 and 61 beating Clarksville. Holler when we get a winning percentage. Again, he didn't hire Chad Morris. People want to blame him for Chad Morris. What did he get there the day before Chad got hired? If people want to associate him with...
credit him and Ty Story for blowing that guy out as soon as they did. I mean, he identified that, hey, this guy's a problem and got rid of it. So, I mean, yeah, you can't hold him responsible for that. But, and things that happened at the beginning of COVID, you can't hold anybody responsible for that. I mean, it was what it was. All right, World Cup starting to crank up here, getting through this round of 16. All the odds, all the games, the matchups, you can find them all, like today's France and Morocco game or Spain and Belgium. It's all there available. They play today at 2 o'clock. All there on the Bet Saracen app. Arkansas's only local Arkansas-owned sports betting app is Bet Saracen. So download it now at betsaracen.com or in the Apple app or Google Play Store.
We'll get Tom's thoughts on this coming up. Hour 2 of the Morning Rush continues on after this.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hey, Fort Smith. Have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue? Step inside and check out the Pradco store within a store, where you can create something truly one of a kind. Pick from iconic lure shapes like the Booyah One Knocker or the Bandit 100, to name only a few. And have it custom autographed just the way you want it. It's fun, it's personal, and it's only at the brand new Bass Pro Outpost. Swing by today and make your own custom lure.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as one day. American-made baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
This is the Morning Rush.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now's as good a time as any to find out. It's time for our very first Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources. Just visit us at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith and enter to win $10,000. While you're here, check out any one of our great...
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Kevin Hart here to tell you all about Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Hey guys, I kind of feel like you're chopping off my head a little bit. I'm the money. Don't forget that. It's spicy, balanced with a sweet and tangy citrus touch that makes everything taste even better. And the best part is it comes with... I kind of still feel like you ain't got all of me. The best part is it comes with anything on the Cantina menu. So you better try it before it's gone.
New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports, to me it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large
Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 58 days. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light.
Can't drink all day unless you start early.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with an ice-cold Bud Light.
We are looking at every single opportunity, Bo. In fact, that we took a proposal from a group called Eternal Fan about building monuments outside of a couple of our venues for the football, men's basketball, and baseball stadium, where people that are deceased can buy. Their family can buy a place where they can put their favorite jersey or their favorite hat so that they can always be remembered adjacent to their favorite venue. And that's 7 figures of potential revenue, and people may laugh and say, oh, we're going to put ashes at the stadium or other things, but that's like how serious we are about finding different ways to generate revenue as an athletic program. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do that, okay? But I'm just saying those are the types of things we're engaging in conversations for things like that, because when somebody comes to you with an opportunity to generate 7+ figures in revenue for your athletic department, you have to listen to them.
Live from the Bud Light Studios, produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
What a passionate first hour in the middle of July. And they say we don't care. Even in the summer when not a lick of sports is going on.
I've been reading some of these negative texts during the break, and I think I'm just going to quit. Just go to the house. Too much negativity.
You're not going to be positive in spite of the negativity? You're not going to commit?
Maybe I've chosen the wrong place.
Not an all-in attitude.
Commit to this show. Commit to this show.
I may have to withdraw my commit. I'm going to open up my recruitment again.
You know what breeds positivity? You know what breeds positivity? Winning.
Yeah, well.
Winning. Like we do every day from 9 to 11 a.m.
Jamie from Van Buren on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline says he hasn't heard Christian in a while. Is he still with y'all? No, Colton fired him yesterday. No, he's on vacation.
Give him his walking
He is on the beach. He is on the beach right now.
Swimming with the dolphins and looking at lost monuments with his wife. They were having a good time. I saw him driving an ATV. He's living it up.
He's living it up. I think he was at Chichen Itza.
That's what it was. I just didn't want to mispronounce it.
Chichen Itza. When it's Tulum, you get on one of these tour buses when you go to Cancun, and it's like a 12-hour day, man. But you see some of the neatest stuff, and it's not anywhere near the coast. It's all inland and, off the Yucatan Peninsula. Me and my wife did that on our honeymoon/wedding trip, and that was back in the day where you could climb to the top of that pyramid in the old Mayan ruins, and it was really neat.
Can't do that anymore?
No, someone fell and killed themselves because the steps, I can't even begin to describe how steep the steps are going up, and there was a rope you had to hold on to back then, but it was a beautiful view when you got to the top. But the old Mayan ruins there's several of them, but I think he was at the one I was at. So now Big C will be back next week, so no worries there.
And then Colton's leaving us for a few days.
Then you're going. Everybody's going on vacation.
Then I'll be in and then I'll be in Tampa. We just can't ever.
That's work.
We're
on vacation.
We can't ever get the guys together.
Yeah, but we'll have we're gonna have a buffet catered in while you're gone in Tampa.
That always happens.
Hey, Uncorked Phoenix Avenue. I was there. See, not last night, night before. It's Tuesday. I was at Uncorked. perfect place for late afternoon business meetings. You got a client, you want to meet over a drink, have a conversation. I always choose Uncorked because, A, you can hear each other speak in there, and B, you're going to get great service, and they got a great selection. I had this stuff that they call it brown water. They got a good variety of, they call it brown. It's brown water. They pour this brown mixture out of a bottle over ice. It's really good, Ty. They got a variety. It's one named Weller's I like a lot, and they have that there. Beers on tap. I did not get an appetizer, but I saw a lot of people seated at the bar area near me getting charcuterie boards and the spicy meatballs and the deviled eggs. And then as we were getting ready to leave at like 6:15, there was a nice group of ladies coming in. They were having some kind of birthday party or baby shower or something. I'm not sure, but there's like 40 of them coming in. So it's a great place to even get together. They have private dining rooms and private dining areas if you want to have company meetings or something a little more private, and a very unique setup there at Uncorked. Service is great. Love Uncorked. Had the World Cup on the big screens. It was great. Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue, next to Sody's in Fort Smith, online at uncorkedthefort.com.
My dad's listening this morning, Colton. He says that's his favorite Kansas song that you put in our opening
Dust
this morning.
in the Wind.
Someone was creative, and by someone he means Colton.
Thank you.
It actually has
Thank you, Brad.
scripture in it, so he is a fan of
trying
that.
to. I didn't want to, dishonor any tragic deaths. Anybody that might want to be remembered at Razorback Stadium, because he did make a joke out of it. But let's not pretend there's not some ashes that haven't been scattered at all Razorback
and
sporting
it's
events.
not a lot of. I've seen different stories that where that's like a request of a lifelong pick a college, pick an MLB, pick a NFL or whatever team, and they just kind of sprinkle them out.
There was a guy when I was growing up. The number two was a par 3 at Fianna Hills Country Club in Fort Smith, and this guy could never hit that green, ever. And he died suddenly, and his request was to have his ashes scattered on number 2 green.
On the actual green.
On the actual green, and without asking anyone, they did that.
God, these greens are slow today.
Well, the green got some kind of disease and died.
Oh.
Now I'm not sure whether one had anything to do with the other, but we always saw it that OTD came back and said, "I'll show you," because number 2 was like a little 165-yard par 3, bunker left, bunker right, bunker behind the green, and I mean just never. But they put his ashes out there, and it wasn't long, and the green started having some problems. So I think that was his. He was getting the last laugh that way.
I know Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, loves being shoved in unique positions. Like, where should we put your ashes, Tom? Where would we sprinkle your ashes? Would it be in Atlanta?
It'd be in his garden, so the tomatoes would grow bigger.
Hey, that's a good suggestion, Tommy. How about home plate at the former Turner Field? Oh, wait a second. It's been destroyed. I don't even know what that is anymore. So,
is it a parking lot?
I think it is a parking lot somewhere. But, my garden would be a good place for that, I think. So maybe I'll consider that for my will.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you caught the but I'm just going to replay this clip. This is Hunter Yurchak talking with Bo Madeline of the Hog Pod about not joking about the ashes, but stuff being outside of Razorback Stadium.
And that's 7 figures of potential revenue, and people may laugh and say, oh, we're going to put ashes at the stadium or other things, but that's like how serious we are about finding different ways to generate revenue as an athletic program. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do that, okay? But I'm just saying those are the types of things we're engaging in conversations for things like that, because when somebody comes to you with an opportunity to generate 7+ figures in revenue for your athletic department, you have to listen to them.
What do you think about that idea, Tom? I know statues is always a conversation fans want to get into, football, basketball, baseball. Your thoughts on Hunter Yurchak's comments there?
Well, you can't turn your back on any potential revenue, like he said there. But maybe Tommy's friend on the golf course, maybe they put something in the burner, whatever that thing's called, that when you get your body cremated, and maybe there were some chemicals in that, so you wouldn't want to do that at Razorback Stadium with some kind of chemical.
Well, I draw the line at if we're going to give someone a statue based on a donation, that doesn't need to go around the stadium as some kind of tribute. maybe we have a place that we could put those things around the gardens or some other point on campus that, hey, these people's financial contributions help lift everything. But, to me, when we start talking about statues in the football program, Broyles, McFadden, and then from there on, even Allworth, there's some discussion to have. I mean, it should be the highest bar that we're going to ever give us to put someone up in immortality. To immortalize a hero. It's the highest bar you have to clear in sports and maybe in life.
Absolutely. The grounds of your stadium, right now it's Frank Broyles. If another one is to be added, I would not argue with Darren McFadden. When you're at Auburn, what do they have there? They have a Bo Jackson, a Pat Dooley. They're Heisman guys maybe, and Cam, I'm not sure if Cam's been added or what, but it's their Heisman guys. Florida, same thing. So absolutely agree that that's the hallowed ground, and if you give a big enough donation, there should be a place in the gardens, or in one of the various, at Walton Arena, there's a display area, the museum, someplace like that.
In front of the Smith Center, out in the lawn of the Smith Center, the football operations center would be fine. But not in or on the grounds of a sports facility. If you put on basketball folks on the lawn of Bud Walton, between the track and Bud Walton, fine. But, to me it cheapens what a Nolan Richardson or a Frank Broyles or a Darren McFadden did.
Absolutely.
So you cannot dilute that, and I don't care how big a check you can write. We'll build you a statue, but we're going to put it over here where it's appropriate.
Yeah, and I would think UA officials would be totally online with what we're talking about here, and they can't get that Nolan Richardson statue up outside Walton fast enough. I mean, it's been announced, and they had the ceremony, and now let's get that thing up.
Yeah, 100%.
Do we have a time? Yeah, like you said, when is that timeline? We don't know it. Do we know anything, Tom? You're saying we don't?
For some reason, October is in my head, but I don't know. Maybe it's still being sculpted at this time. There's been kind of a pause on that since that ceremony was at the Texas game in February or very early March.
Yeah.
So we've gone a few months.
It was the last home game because you beat Texas and I think Missouri in the same week. You pounded Texas and I think you beat Missouri in OT that week.
Well, the ceremony, the unveiling should occur during basketball season. It would be, to me, be poor planning to not do it around a big home game. But let's just be honest. We want to make sure Coach is here with us to enjoy the moment. So, Rose is now passed on. His sons have passed. I mean, I don't want just his grandkids to be there to enjoy that moment. I mean, Coach needs to be here. So that's the obvious thing that no one wants to say out loud, but that's the reality of the situation.
Absolute truth. I talked to Coach Richardson a couple of months ago. I did a story for the ADG's 50 Arkansans, the 50 most impactful Arkansans for the 250 celebration for the USA. And I had Nolan Richardson, and I got the pleasure of talking to him. There was some background noise and going on at his place, and he and I, we talked for about 10 minutes. And it was good, but you can tell he's slowed down. The people who are very close to him have said he's slowed down. You could see that at the ceremony as well. I think a home basketball game early in the coming season would be a fine time to do that.
I'll tell you what, that ceremony though, when he smiled, and I can't remember, he said something about Arkansas offensive Hogs. That place just erupted. Oh. Even at old, he is just still a lightning rod, isn't he, Tom?
Yeah.
What a phenomenal human being. I mean, when you just look into it, because I did the research and all the halls of fame he's been in, the championships, being part of, he's the only coach, I think, still who's won a junior college, an NIT, and an NCAA championship. Just the trailblazing he did. Yeah. Scotty Thurman talked to me for this, Todd Day did, and they talked about how he not only impacted them as basketball players, but as humans. And he was truly a pioneer in his day. And so, yes, the crowd erupted. He said, let's call those Hogs. And, going into that Texas game, they were pretty hot. And Missouri, which, they played that game without Acuff. I figured they would lose them both, and they won both of those games. They crushed Texas. So the way they finished the regular season was pretty prime.
For all his demons, they waited so long on Eddie Sutton, he didn't get to enjoy. And I remember when he came over, when they named the practice facility court after him, it was just painful to watch one of your heroes be in that shape. So, I mean, you want to make – and I was involved in a ceremony where Coach Richardson was named Arkansan of the Year by the Arkansas Broadcasters Association last year. Mind's good, speaks well, but the body has slowed down on him. So I just want to make sure that he's there and that your memory of that moment as a fan of Nolan is one you want to carry forward. Because I'll be honest, the last time we had Coach Sutton at the arena, that was hard to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And so I hopefully their planning includes that it will be very, very soon. And it also reminds me of Lou Holtz coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he needed to be, he had a walker and he went up and spoke to everybody, and his mind was super sharp. But he didn't make it very many months after that, and I'm glad he was there at that game.
Hogs and Sparty coming up this Thanksgiving, Tom. It's official. We knew it for a while, but now we know it's at 3:30 Central Time, CBS, following the Detroit and Chicago game. You can make a weekend out of it if you want to. It's going to be a good matchup. Top 15 teams. Just your thoughts on the official release yesterday.
Yeah, Arkansas needs to get one back on them. So Izzo and Cal are now 3 games each. Really good friends. They've talked a lot during the NIL era and the portal era about things to improve basketball. And I do believe their voices are starting to be heard. Cal was real big on the 5-for-5 deal. I like it that they're playing each other, but they need to get one back. That was a close game. I think a 3-point game in East Lansing. He's not afraid to play them, but they go a long way in building your resume, even just playing them, like playing Duke last year and so on. So outstanding Thanksgiving deal. If that's what families want to build their deal around, they could go up to Detroit and enjoy that.
We were talking about you could go see the Bears and the Lions, and then maybe there's enough time to hop over and watch the basketball game. Other than that, I'm not sure what I'd want to do in Detroit in November.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's parades in New York City for Thanksgiving and things like that. I don't know what Detroit does. Also, I just don't want to be up there in the cold. So I think I'll stay down here in Arkansas, which is what, South, Midwest.
Cover the game from afar, right, Tom? Yeah. That's one of the ones.
Well, you'll have that LSU game on tap.
Oh yeah, and that's a home game this year, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely, I'll be at home watching that one.
Yeah, that LSU game will be just a couple days later. But you know what? It gives you a centerpiece around your day. My family will plan the day around. We'll be done eating to make sure we're in front of the TV, and all the schedules and plans will be based on the start time for that game.
Yeah, it makes for a great day of being in front of the TV if you're a Razorback fan, because make your deal around lunch, and then if you want any, it reminds me of the tryptophan. Brett Bielema was real big on that tryptophan that's in turkey and how it slows you down and puts you in a stupor. Get that out of the way. But if you're just a fan, it really doesn't matter if you got a bunch of tryptophan in your body. Yeah. Eat up at lunch, enjoy the game, and have a good evening with some leftovers in the night.
Just graze the rest of the day.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Tom. Good stuff as always, brother. We'll chat next week.
All right, guys. Always enjoy it. See ya.
Right. Speaking of grazing, Joe's Grill and Cantina is the place I always like to go for great Tex-Mex. Even better service. Been talking about their enchiladas and their steak fajitas. They are awesome. They do the Taco Tuesdays as well. You'll find something on that menu. I like sitting down and starting out with the small cheese dip, having put the scoop of the taco meat in there. I add a little bit of the salsa, kind of doctored up the way I want. That's for me, but just the way it is perfect. The crispy chips that they bring out, the house-made salsa they do every day, and now they're doing 3 different varieties. The regular, it's got all the fresh veggies and the carrots and everything in it. It's really good. I add a little bit of the hot to that. I love their hot sauce, and they even got the green. What's the appropriate name, Ty, for the
Verde, salsa verde.
The Verde. It's really flavorful as well. Lots of beers on tap. Always got the TVs tuned to games, so if you're a World Cup fan, want to watch those during the middle of the day, Joe's has always got that stuff on. And come fall, 50 whatever days from now, we'll be there watching Arkansas and North Alabama as well. Joe's Grill and Cantina, great Tex-Mex, even better service. Cool place to hang out. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
All right,
Tom and all of our guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
I've been meaning to get to this first hour and 20 minutes of the show. This is a wild story, and I feel like this could only happen in Florida. Beating a gator off with a fishing pole.
A man says he is lucky to be alive after a quiet night fishing turns into a fight for his life when a gator showed up in his backyard.
I'm going to do everything I can not to die. I started reeling, and it jumped out of the water and grabbed me.
McMicken says the gator clamped down on his right leg and pulled him into the water.
He rolled me down off the bank into the water. I stuck my thumb in one eye, and I just took that fishing pole and jabbed him in that other eye. And jabbed him and jabbed him and jabbed him. It seemed like forever, but it wasn't that long. But and then he turned loose. I've always heard that. Yeah. If you got no other choice, get them eyes. And that's what got him off of me. I'd have never made it crawling this far. So I called my dog over, and she stood there and let me get up on her back to where I could get stood up.
That's a hell of a story right there.
It is.
His leg, I mean, Colin, you saw the picture.
Mangled. It was mangled.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Alligators and crocodiles, I don't want to trifle with them. Going down to Florida, I'm always scared, like when we play golf or just like near our Airbnb. Am I going to see one of these dudes?
You don't want to turn into Chubbs.
Yeah, that's a good one. You gave the headline for the story, and I hadn't heard the audio. I thought someone was in a boat and like an alligator came up and they were trying, just beat him with the end of the rod. This goes far beyond that. We're talking about gouging eyes out here. I was just waiting for him to describe the tornado that came over the trailer house too when this is all over with.
He's getting interviewed. When he getting interviewed outside of his trailer?
He was getting interviewed right out there outside his trailer.
Yeah.
And he was
and then here came the tornado.
His dog.
Lucky.
I cut this clip a little bit to make it concise, around a minute long or so, because it was about a 2-minute long clip. So I cut some of this out. Not mentioned was that the dog that drug him out of the pond after he fended off this gator and jabbed it and jabbed it and jabbed it and jabbed it. The dog was just a regular run-of-the-mill bulldog. So not a very big dog by any means, but did rescue him from that alligator.
Man's best friend.
Saved his life, sounds like.
Man, I'll tell you what, dogs are like one of those animals, like it doesn't matter what you're up against, they will attack whatever they deem to be a predator. It doesn't matter how big, how small, they will get after it. That's why one of the reasons I want a dog, just in case I come up against something that puts me in peril.
When it's your time to go, it's your time to go, but that's not how I want to go.
Oh, getting mangled by an alligator? Ugh.
Tried to get him in the old, gator roll right there, he said, but he just jabbed it and jabbed it and jabbed it.
Was this guy a Florida State fan by chance?
Did not see any signage, no logo.
Wouldn't that be ironic if he was a Florida Gators fan and got killed by an alligator?
I've had buddies that have
next week on SEC Story.
Yeah, I've had buddies that have gone gator hunting and stuff. That does not appeal to me.
It's gator season right now in Arkansas.
Or crocodile, whatever it is. I don't know.
We hooked one. We were red fishing down at Venice, Louisiana. And they've got them in the water down there, and it was a little baby one, but got a hold of one. Had taken our lure and reeled it up to the boat.
Well, mom or dad's somewhere by, so I ain't. That would scare me if I saw baby croc, daddy croc.
I got a video of it somewhere. It was kind of cool. Fighting. I mean, if you just like having your drag go off on the reel, and that may be one of the best sounds in the world. Is drag being pulled? You think you've got, and then we got it closer and realized what it was. But that was kind of fun. But yeah, I'm out on leg mangling. I draw the line at leg mangling.
Graham says, I'm surprised he didn't kill it and put it on the grill here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. That would be something that a Florida resident would do. It's like you almost get killed by an animal. He probably is going to hang it somewhere in his trailer on the walls. Like,
Gator
didn't best
me. Did he kill it and keep it? Or did it swim off?
Did it go into that? I don't know if it went into that.
That would make the story full circle.
I don't think the report ever really let us know. Kind of a cliffhanger.
Hopefully that gator's at the taxidermist right now.
It's like you mentioned Chubbs. You remember when Happy shows him the head? And he falls out of the window.
You remember the gator that got your hand?
Yeah.
Some game and fish guys. Like, hey, I found the gator that almost killed you, and he just opens it up and gives it to him as a present.
Well, he'd be blind. The gator would be living the rest of his life.
Yeah,
blind,
without
so
an
he's
eye.
at-
Yeah.
He's at a very big biological disadvantage.
Yeah. Hey, you work hard for your time off, so make it count. Whether it's land, a home, or just a place to get away, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas offers financing options designed for your lifestyle. Visit myaglender.com or stop by one of their 25 locations and let their team help you turn your plans into reality.
JT in Hot Springs, he had a little Coach O accent talking about the guy that was speaking with the news team and the reporter. Yeah, I could see it. All right, we got our SEC update when we come back. 9 SEC games for the first time this fall. How will that affect the teams in the college football playoff hunt, including Arkansas? No, I don't think so. Morning Rush continues on next.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
I'm going to do everything I can not to die.
This is the Morning Rush.
When I'm in the mood for something sweet and hot, do I wait hoping my husband walks in dressed in tight tennis shorts and a dozen roses? No. I hit Hardee's for the new made-from-scratch hot honey biscuit. That crispy chicken, that hot honey, and that sweet prize. Just $3.99 for a limited time. Or the hand-breaded hot honey chicken sandwich with crispy bacon and melted Swiss on a brioche bun. Hardee's new hot honey menu. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at GoForsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at GoForsgren.com.
There it is.
Great things are happening at the Golf Nut. The all-new Titleist GTS drivers and fairway woods are in stock. Book your custom fitting today and check out the new Lab 2.1 and 2.2 putters along with special play number golf ball 0 through 99 in Pro V1 and Pro V1X. And while you're there, shop the great selection of Ghost golf bags, hats, and accessories. Everything you need for your game is at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for two for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
But this afternoon is a day for the Razorbacks to celebrate. Arkansas wins the tournament.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
The way that the SEC is treated by the committee with the extra 9 losses it's going to have. What happens if you have a whole bunch of 9-3 SEC teams? How many get in? How does the committee view the league? I don't know the answer.
We'll find out in December.
I mean, you know, we've never had a 9-game season, so we don't know how it's going to be viewed. There is no precedent.
That is Neil McCready, who covers Ole Miss on the McCready and Siskey podcast, talking about what this upcoming season looks like for SEC opponents. And how many 9-3 teams? Bama was 10-3 last year. You had, I want to say 2 years ago, you had Ole Miss, Alabama, and South Carolina all at 9-3. So you've already seen, like, kind of in the first 2 years of the 12-team playoff surrounding that kind of number. But what does it look like with 9 games this fall? Because we are going to see a lot of teams that are sitting 9-3 when conference season comes to a conclusion.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they treat the two leagues any different. How does the ACC and Big 12 factor into this? Is a 10-2 Big 12 team viewed as greater than or equal to or lesser than a 9-3 SEC team?
9 games in the Big 12. They've been doing that round-robin thing. Big 10, been doing 9 games since 2016. I think ACC starting up this year like the SEC. So you're kind of on even playing fields in terms of the conference games. Not the caliber of conference games, we know, with the SEC, but at least the number.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, how you value that and that 9-game schedule, I think, is interesting. I mean, ultimately, the Big 10 and the SEC want half or more of the seats guaranteed at the table. I think they'll get most of that just because of the quality of the two leagues, unless something dramatic changes. I just think they have such a war chest those two compared to the other power conferences. It's not, they're going to win out more often than not just because of the resources.
Does the SEC break the Big 10 streak this year? I can't see Whittingham and Michigan winning in year one. I can see. I know Sands back, Smith's back for Ohio State. So they're always a contender. Oregon has been there in the playoff, but hasn't taken that next step under Dan Lanning. And Indiana's trying to do it without Mendoza. So those are the 4 contenders. It's really 3 in the Big 10.
Georgia, then who in this league? Texas?
Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, LSU.
Why Ole Miss?
Best quarterback in the country plays in Oxford, Mississippi.
Yeah, but I promise you at LSU, they're expecting LSU to be in the mix in year one under Lane Kiffin. I'd go Georgia, Texas, LSU as my 3 contenders.
I think Oklahoma. I think Mateer. I think that thumb injury he dealt with last year hurt him, and he had to deal with that more than he was led on. I feel like they lost a lot of things on defense, if I remember that right. But I would say they're also – there's more SEC teams that you are like, okay, they could do it versus the Big Ten. But the Big Ten still could – I mean, 4 straight would be wild after the SEC, what the run they went on.
Yeah. But we all act like the SEC's went out of business or something. You know, and the Big Ten, I understand they've lost. And listen, the conversation's debatable now on who has the best league. Now, in football, I think right now you have to lean towards the Big Ten. When you kind of roll it all up together, the SEC, I think, is still the conference in charge. But you go 4 straight, and I don't even think it's a debate at that point.
But isn't that kind of a lame argument that's like, well, our 16th team is better than your 16th team? Like Arkansas
I
better
think
than
I think
Purdue.
it's your top 5 or 6 versus their top 5 or 6, because that's who's going to get in the playoff.
Yeah.
Is your top 5 or 6 teams, right? That's who's going to be considered. Because don't you feel like each league's going to get 4 more often than not
In the 12,
in the new format?
so Big 12, you're saying they're going to take 2/3 of the college football playoff?
Well, I mean, once we expand again.
Expand. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I think half. Yeah, half the representation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 4 from each league's probably an unwritten guarantee. But I think if you're in the top 4, so really, to me, if you're going to have a reasonable conversation or debate, it's how's your top 6 versus our top 6? Because past that, it really doesn't matter much. Because I don't think we're going to see very many years either league or any league gets 7 teams or 8 teams in. 16. Now maybe we go to 24. That's different, different parameters. But in 16 teams, I don't think one league's going to even. I think 5 might be a big number. 6 is going to be an unbelievable number. 4 seems like the right number.
And the setup, you think about what's transpired the last 3 years. Michigan beat Alabama on the way to the championship. 2 years ago, Ohio State beat Texas. And then last year, Indiana demolished Alabama.
Yeah,
and they play another.
They're a one. Was Indiana last year kind of a one-off? Yeah, I mean, do you really expect Indiana to be now a perennial power in the Big Ten? This year will tell the story.
I mean,
on
they've
that.
gone to 2 college football playoffs.
I understand.
I think who they pluck. They got the TCU kid. I think it's Josh Hoover. If I remember that right. I mean, it's all contingent.
I would love for them to be a perennial, because that means Arkansas could do it someday. You just got to find the right coach and him get lucky, get the right quarterback and the right players. But to bring all them players, James Madison is where he was from, brought all those players in that were playing at that level and had all that success in the prior year, then catapulted that into what we saw last year.
Yeah.
Man, it's unbelievable. I just can't. That's why, I have a hard time believing Indiana's going to be doing this and being in the playoff 4 of the next 5 years. This
was not feasible or fathomable, but you think about like 2 years ago, Pittman gets the team back to bowl eligibility. I know some people were advocating for him to be let go, which was the time frame that Cignetti was fired. I have no clue if Cignetti's been on Hunter Yurchek's radar at all. Obviously, he was as soon as he started winning. But can you imagine if, like, 2 years ago, Pittman had been let go prior to last season and they had somehow, some way hired Cignetti here? Do you think that same thing would have worked in Fayetteville?
I mean, wouldn't you like to have the answer?
Love to find out.
My gut tells me we would have found a way to mess it up.
Jeez.
Sorry, Hunter, I'm being negative. But that's what happens to us as fans, right? You get to the brink of the ultimate victory, the ultimate mountaintop, and then the rug's pulled out from under you. That's the life of a Razorback fan.
Man, I don't know if we can handle 2 straight college football playoff appearances capped off with the national championship after what we've suffered since 2012.
We would get to the college football playoff and then complain we didn't go far enough, and let's fire the coach. That's our pattern. Tired of Ken Hatfield only winning 10 games.
Yeah.
Tired of Houston Nutt winning 8 or 9 games. 10 games only. Tired of all of this. We're settling for mediocrity. We deserve better. We just can't have nice things. All right, that's the SEC Updates brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Celebrate freedom and fun during the red, white, and blue sale at Burton Pools and Spas. You can cool off in a Doughboy above-ground pool and get up to $1,500 back on in-stock pools. If you're looking for more of a built-in feel, semi-in-ground pools start at just $199 a month. And if you want the ultimate getaway with an in-ground pool, you can enjoy a half-price tanning ledge with select packages right now. Stop in at Burton Pools and Spas. There's one near you. Fort Smith, Greenland, Springdale, Hot Springs, and now in Joplin, Missouri as well. Burton Pools and Spas. Water for a better life. Online at burtonpools.com.
John in Nashville said Arkansas just has to get the top person at Walmart to hand them the key to the vault if they're ever going to be a real contender, just like Mark Cuban did for
I'm sure the
Indiana.
shareholders would have no problem with that.
Yeah. Ben in Fayetteville, settle for mediocrity. Pandering for Silverfield will happen on the show in the next 4 months. I think like the deal with the deal with Coach Silverfield this fall, it's not pandering if you want him to win. Like there have been some positive things that would happen. You remember how quick he was to flip 4 or 5 in-state kids within a couple days? Yeah. Like if you can't see that that's a positive, I can't help you.
What's wrong with rooting for his success?
I'm rooting for his success.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I think it's going to happen. I've been open about that. I think they're going 4-8 this fall. But, like, there's a difference between pandering and hoping. In there, like, pandering is when you try and pull positives out of nothing. They're non-existent.
Well, I think pandering's when you're ingratiating yourself to that person and you're pumping them up unnecessarily,
trying to gain something.
Trying to get something. Be like us. Having a love in for Ryan Silverfield here. That's what when you say pandering, that's what I think. Like we're just going to dote over the guy. I don't know enough yet and need to see more. Sorry, I haven't watched it. The one Memphis game didn't end well for the team I root for.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at the helm for that. We need to know more and more and more about this guy. We've had the road tour. He's been out in front of fans a few times. I wouldn't call him inaccessible or cordoned off from the fans, but all that really matters is what we see in this product on the field. We had an untelevised spring game. I mean, how much does the average fan really know at this point?
Not a lot.
Even the media, we've watched some spring practices. We watched a red-white game. We've conducted some interviews. We're going to learn a lot more 2 weeks from today, I guess, when he steps to the podium, 2 weeks from today at SEC Media Days. We're going to learn our knowledge of Ryan Silverfield and what he's about increases X number.
Ben wants us to save this text. I guess he wants to point it out months later.
I guess he thinks we're going to Ben, what are you saying we're going to be doting over the guy over the last half of the summer and we're going to talk our way into 8 or 9 wins? Is that what I'm not really curious. I'm a little unclear what you mean by pandering.
And anytime you have the city head football coach at Arkansas, or honestly former head coaches, it's fun. And you ask him positive questions more than you get into negative stuff. I think my question to him would be, all right, coach, I need you to tell me this straight. I don't need any coach speak. What is the most difficult job that you have as the head coach of Arkansas? And I don't know if he'd answer that truthfully, but like I get so sick and tired, and this isn't him. This is just every coach that's ever existed. We have all this, we have all that. And he's probably going to weigh that into NIL or what the relationships that he used to be able to build that he can't really necessarily, or I say can't. It's not as big of a factor now, but I'd be curious his answer on that.
Name and affiliation, please.
Yes, Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
You need to get used to that, too. I mean, a week from Monday, SEC. I expect to hear, yes, Ty Richardson, Morning Rush, ESPN Arkansas, and then a wonderful question, in all 16 of the head coaches.
All 16.
Yes.
All 16.
Make your presence known, young fella.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at the logos in the SEC football schedule here. All right. Kalen DeBoer. What would you ask Kalen DeBoer?
Do you expect to be fired in October or November of this year? I'll hang up and listen.
I'm going to tell you right now, Alabama's not going to be that good this fall. Their defense will be, but their offense is.
Have you and your wife discussed what moving company you will use later this fall? I'll hang up and listen.
Kentucky, what are you asking Will Stein? How do you get the fan base to care since you live in a basketball
state? Do you get your groceries at Kroger's?
South Carolina, Shane Bieber. Colton, is he the worst loser? Are you the worst loser of all time?
Coach, why do you act like a toddler all the time?
Yeah.
Mississippi
Ty
State.
Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
Mississippi State, Jeff Levy. Do the Cowboys actually annoy you, Coach? Kirby Smart, Georgia. Kirby, has the pressure gotten to you after you build a monster in Athens? 3 straight years without a national championship. Josh Heupel, Tennessee.
Ask him a question about driving.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it would be smart to add a driving safety course to your football program?
Coach, should you add Uber as a sponsor for your football program?
Tennessee, Josh Heupel. Coach, will you be frequenting the bar outside of your stadium once it gets built in the entertainment system? Mike Elko, Texas A&M. Coach, are the fans really as weird as they look and display on television? LSU, Lane Kiffin. Lane, are you dating someone in their 20s or 30s? Clark
and
Lee.
What's your status with Layla?
Yeah. Clark Lee, Vanderbilt.
Have you bought a meal or a drink since last football season anywhere in Nashville?
Let's see. Auburn. Why do I always blank on what I thought was going to be?
Alex Golden.
I always do this. I don't know why. It's not intentional. I
Do
swear.
you dye that beard or is it naturally red?
Who have we missed? Texas Sark. Sark, are you off the bottle?
Yeah. Bourbon or gin or vodka? Which one your preference?
Missouri,
any strippers
drink.
and monkeys around.
Missouri, drink. Coach, do you still plan on kicking our ass on Halloween?
Yeah.
Or do you plan on taking it easy? Is that it?
Then Silverfield.
Yeah, we had the toughness question.
Yeah.
Hog Wild says Ty Richardson.
I didn't get name and affiliation with each of those, but
Ty
we can
Richardson,
work on it.
Morning Rush, ESPN Arkansas.
We'll shout you down. So
as best we can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to be affiliated with that days.
We'll get you some warm-up questions.
John Summerall, Florida.
Yeah,
Coach,
we've got him.
Do you plan on demonizing the middle part of Florida like the previous coach did after a loss? I think that's all.
I think you got them all.
Is that all 16?
Well,
Ole Miss, Pete
All right.
Golding, Coach, was that Lane Kiffin's success last year in players, or how do you plan on doing it this fall?
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss is going to be good. They play the top 4 quarterbacks outside of Trinidad this year.
Well, every time I've seen one of these transitions and you elevate somebody, show me the examples of where that goes great in a transition like this.
Did Stallings follow O'Brien, or there's period after,
No,
right?
there was yeah, I mean, Bear Bryant was gone in the early 81 or 2. No, Stallings didn't come till what, 89, 90, somewhere in there.
Dr. K says we forgot Oklahoma. What would we ask Brent Venables? Coach, do you use performance-enhancing drugs to act like the way you do, or is that just natural? He's nuts, but he's a really, really good defensive mind. I think that's it.
All right, name and affiliation.
Yes, name and
We'll
affiliation.
work on that the next 2 weeks. Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202. You can call and give them your name and affiliation there at Gaston's, and they'll start working on the perfect trip for you. Here's what I love about Gaston's. You're not on the 4th floor of a hotel. There's no elevators on property. You don't have to just share a wall in between you and your neighbors. It's your vacation. That's why their accommodations are all private. All right, so you have your own cabin, your own lodge. They have houses with multiple bedrooms. They have lodges that can hold up to 20-plus people under one roof. So however you imagine it, you can make it happen at Gaston's. So whether it's the last summer getaway for you and 2 kids, or whether it's a family reunion later this year with 20 or 30 or 40 of you, they can make it happen. Plus, they got a great restaurant. They got a convention space, meeting space that holds over 100. They've got everything on property. They got tennis courts. They got swimming pool. They got a fitness center. They got a nature trail that you can enjoy as well. But fishing is the star of the show. So always ask about the guided fishing trips when you call Gaston's. That is really the highlight of any trip there. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
I've always heard that. If you got no other choice, get them eyes.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's impossible not to feel luxurious with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes. With your choice between the iconic $5 box, decadent $7 box, and opulent $9 box, featuring the fajita street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions, all that Lutz might go to your head. But even though it makes you feel like a high roller, let's wait on that yacht down payment. Get your $5, $7, or $9 Lutz box today, only at Taco Bell. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Why do people love Shamrock Liquor Warehouse? Simple. They've got it all. 70 years in business, 15,000 square feet of choices. They buy in volume so you can save. What else? How about the largest selection of everything? Shamrock's got it. Special orders? Shamrock's got it. Convenient drive-through, open 6 days a week? Shamrock's got it. Need a keg for your party? Shamrock's got it. Load up at Shamrock Liquor Warehouse at the corner of Midland and Riverfront Drive in Fort Smith.
You've been dreaming of that new workshop, horse barn, or extra storage space? Now let Sutherland's make it a reality. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. From deluxe post frame packages to custom horse sheds, we have it all. And the best part, you don't have to lift a finger. Our expert crews handle the entire installation. Quality you can trust and service that's been family owned since 1917. 4 stores in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart. Visit Sutherlands.com or stop by your local store today for a free estimate. No matter the project, we're here to help because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it, like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time, no waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
All right, final segment here on the Morning Rush. Let's finish her out with the conversation we have about positivity. You want to talk some more positivity?
Hey, let's pump some rainbows and sunshine. I tell you what we'll pump about sausage biscuits.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, Morning Rush is going to be live. Ty is going to be over at Hardee's early, crack of dawn, cranking out $1.49 sausage biscuits all morning long at Hardee's in Fort Smith, Sallisaw, Oklahoma. You can get one or you can get 101. Doesn't matter. Be the hero at the office tomorrow. Bring biscuits in for everyone. I prefer my sausage biscuit with a little bit of grape jelly on it. We'll have sausage biscuit. You can come by and have breakfast with us. Hardee's on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Then the Morning Rush will be there from 9 to 11 tomorrow, and we will crank up and kick off and give all the details on the football trip of a lifetime, and it all starts tomorrow. We'll be giving you dates and times and locations on how you can qualify to win the football trip of a lifetime.
We're going to get those up on hitthatline.com
Yeah,
as
so
well.
that's coming. So it's kind of our grand kickoff. So come by, eat breakfast with us in the morning. We'll be there before 9, hanging out, and would love to see you. And, again, $1.49 sausage biscuits at Hardee's. Good at all area Hardee's locations tomorrow. You can enjoy that in the Fort Smith and Sallisaw, Oklahoma area.
Yeah, we missed this text earlier. Brendan asked the question, what would give you positives to feel like that you found the right coach? You kind of mentioned that earlier. What does that mean?
Winning a game or two that maybe is 50-50 would...
Like a one-score game?
Yeah, well, I mean, just winning. Would you say Tennessee's not even a 50-50 game?
Yeah.
Winning that game at home would give you reason to believe. Following that up with maybe a South Carolina win. Give me a road win. I don't expect them to make a bowl this year, but be competitive with Georgia. Be competitive with LSU. Be competitive on the road at Texas. Give me a chance to win somewhere on the road as well. Eliminate the blowouts. Eliminate the turnover. I just want to know you've got the right guy with the right system, the right coaches around him that can get the right players to get this. You didn't get to 2-10 in 1 year. You're not going to get out of 2-10 in 1 year. So 4 would be great. 5 would be even better, obviously. if this coach gets you to 6 wins, there's no question you've hired the right guy. And I think even at 4 or 5 wins, depending on how they happen, you can still come away with, Hunter's hired the right guy. He only won 5 games, but look how he played in the 7 he lost.
Would hit the over for the season's win total.
Right.
That'd be nice. I'd take it. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Appreciate Tommy. Appreciate Colton coming up. Colton's still with us on halftime, along with Alyssa Orange and Matt Jones, followed by Ruskin and Zach. That's gonna do it for us. We're back tomorrow 9 a.m. Like Tommy said, we're live at Hardee's. $1.49 sausage, biscuits, all Fort Smith Sallisaw locations from 6 to 11 a.m. Hope you stop by.
Hey, Fort Smith, have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue?